Hello, welcome to Eat the Cake, Drink the Wine, and Fuck Dem People podcast. And today, I want to talk about Epiphany Moments, especially with manifesting, right? So, in the background, you can hear my frequency music playing. I am a very huge frequency music person, but during this Epiphany moment, and shout out to David Shands, because believe it or not, he played a pivotal role in this epiphany moment that I'm experiencing today. But it was actually from a podcast or a replay from the morning meetup that I listened to earlier this week, right? And that kind of got the ball rolling. Because he was kind of explaining, hey, everybody should have a podcast and what you need to have, blah, blah, blah. And I had went to the podcast summit in June. And I think that's when I July, really started taking my podcast seriously. Donnie Wiggins said, hey, run it like it's a business, say less, right? So I've been like in this hermit mode of putting all of my systems and stuff in place. But based on what David Shan said, create value, have a message. And I said, you know what? I feel I'm creating value and I have a message, but what else can I bring to the table when I think about creating value for the Butterfly Collective, right? Because that's what we call ourselves. We're the Butterfly Collective. We kind of morph into this person, this being that we didn't know even existed. But we have to go through this cocoon stage, doing shadow work and identifying different things. And then we come out as this blossoming, beautiful butterfly, right? So last year, and this is crazy because when I bought this, and I bought it at the Dollar Tree. So I got it for $1 and I bought a couple of them. But at that time, because in my mind, I've always felt like I'm a celebrity, right? So I've always kind of moved and maneuvered kind of like I'm a celebrity. Because I am a celebrity, okay, in my own right. Even if it's only me. I've had people ask me for my autograph before, and I absolutely gave them my autograph back when I was platforming. As a hairstylist, and I was an educator. Like I was all of these things, and I love to teach, and I was really good at teaching. But when I bought these, all I thought was, yes, lights, cameras, action. Like, yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. But I didn't know what we were going to do. I just know we were going to do something. So at that moment, a seed of manifestation was planted, although I didn't know what I was manifesting, right? And here we are today, October 5th, 2023, 12:11 p.m. Central Standard Time, that I realized I was manifesting this awesome podcast to help people. When I bought this book, TD Jakes, Don't Drop the Mic, I didn't really know what I was manifesting. I just wanted to become a better speaker, a better communicator. But lo and behold, it's actually helping me on my podcast journey, right? And I've gotten pretty far. Like when I say I want to start a book club, because I read books, right? I read books. So we have TD Jakes, Don't Drop the Mic. And I actually, when I finish reading it, I'm going to go back and create a training using this book. So go get the book. Bishop Jakes also has a sermon. He said he wanted us to listen to it over and over and over again until we could actually teach it, not preach it, teach it. So that is another seed that was kind of deposited and embedded in me. And then back to Shan's from the morning meetup replay, which go join the morning meetup. I haven't joined it yet, but I got so much value out of just this one video. I'm like, I can't wait to get in there. But right now, I know my time is real tight with what I'm trying to do. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get all of my ducks in a row. And then that way, when I go in, I can take the information. But I think things that I need will come into my experience as I go along the way. And I feel by the end of October, I should be completely caught up, have a completely solid system where all I have to do is continuous process improvement, which I call CPI. You should do it in your life. You should also do it in your business. So as I was thinking, I'm like, okay, well, I was kind of closing out the business coaching and closing out the bookkeeping and closing out the payroll and tax business, because I knew podcasting would take all of my time. And I said, but hey, I have this whole group on Facebook that I was sharing how to build business credit and secure government contracts. And I was teaching this stuff for free, completely free. There was no plan. All you had to do was be in the group and you could get the information. I set the lives when I went live. I knew everybody couldn't get on at that particular time because if you're trying to start a business or you're running a business, baby, your business may be to be online at 3 p.m. to go live, but I can't make it. And you have some people say, okay, well, if you can't make it, you can purchase the replay. But I have this agreement with my higher self, the God within me, that the business knowledge that I have acquired over my 20 years in collegiate studies and the multiple degrees, multiple mean the same thing, but I want y'all to get to understanding the several multiple degrees and certificates that I have earned. I want to share that knowledge freely. I don't want it to go to my grave with me, right? And in return, this is the agreement that I have with my higher self, God. You make me a social media icon. I am the name that's on people's lips. Like, oh, y'all, did y'all hear what Coach Top said? Like, yes, like I want to be the inspiration to the masses. And it's already people I inspire. I didn't know I inspired them until they told me. So I thank them for planting that seed within me that yes, you can inspire people because you have. Yes, you are an influencer because you influence people to do better, to want better, to just be greater. So as I kept thinking, what else can I bring to the table? I said the business knowledge. But I didn't want to share the same business knowledge because in the Facebook group, which is still there, building business credit and securing government contracts, I actually walk you through the steps of building your business from the ground level. I'm going to go and duplicate a lot of that stuff, but more high level. I did it real granular on Facebook, but I said, you know what, I'm going to go high level here because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time of explaining to people, hey, you need to identify what your business is going to be. Is there a demand for it? Is there a request? Is there a target audience? What's the name? Is the name going to help people identify, or are you going to do a whole lot of marketing to help people connect to the brand, right? What is the brand? What are the colors? Like all of this different stuff. Once you figure all this stuff out, there's a whole part A that people skip that you should be figuring out before you jump to part B, which is where people start at. They forget part A, they start in part B where they go and get an EIN and a business account. They do all of this stuff, but there's groundwork, right? When you are planting something, you have groundwork where the roots are at, right? And the deeper the roots, the sturdier the plant, right? People forget the groundwork and they just try to start here. And if the ground is not solid, everything crumbles and falls. And that's why I feel a lot of businesses, especially Black businesses, do not survive. Okay, they do not survive because if you look at the statistics, a good portion of small businesses that start out, they never even see it to the end of their first year in business. And then you have another statistic for the people that don't see 5 years in their business, right? And it's because they're forgetting A. They just jump to B because everybody, all of the fake gurus, get your EIN, get you a virtual address, and get your business bank account, and yeah, go and get your business credit card, and then use business credit card to monetize. Get it. Bullshit. There's an A that you need to do before you get to B. And part of A is building your business profile so you can qualify for business credit, understanding business credit, understanding your net 30, your net 60, your next 90, your business credit cards, your business loan, even understanding the SBA, properly setting up your SBA profile. Your SBA profile, once it's set up correctly, is the profile that actually feeds in, connects in with your sam.gov profile, which is where you go to set up to compete and bid and obtain secure government contracts, right? So that's all the stuff I was teaching in the group. So, and I was kind of teaching it on YouTube, but it really didn't get any traction and didn't get any views. And I was like, people are not into this. And I'm at the point in my life, if it's not creating value, why am I wasting my time? Because wasting time is like wasting money. You cannot get that time back. If I spend $100 on something that I don't necessarily like and I can't get my $100 back, I can go and earn another $100, right? But if I spend 6 months of my life doing something that creates no value, nobody likes, nobody wants it, that's 6 months of my time wasted that I cannot go back and get, right? Okay, that's the nugget for somebody. So I decided on this YouTube channel that I am growing. Please go ahead and subscribe now, because I'm going to give all kinds of nuggets away, nuggets on your life and your business. But I'm like, there's all these new tools that I use that usually I'm in the background. I never would show people the tools that I use or how to use them. I'm like, share that knowledge. That is creating value, especially if you are starting a podcast, right? So I prefer Microsoft Office, Outlook over Google. And that's because there's so much more that I can do in Microsoft that I can't do on Google. And it comes with Microsoft Teams, and it comes with Microsoft Office, meaning your Excel, your Word, your pivot point for okay. Not pivot point. Pivot point. I'm sorry, I'm thinking here. Pivot point is cutting technique. PowerPoint for your presentation. So it's like all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. I use a streaming tool. I use a tool to record my podcast in. I use a tool to upload my videos in to get my clips. I use different tools to go in and do the editing to these clips to upload to the different platforms. I use a tool to actually upload to multiple platforms at one time, so I don't have to keep manually doing it, which is what I've been doing for I don't know how many years, because I've been so deep in social media so many years, and it all started out just to connect with friends and family on Facebook. And I stayed on there all the time because I was like, oh yeah, I gotta stay in touch with the audience, gotta stay in touch with the audience. But it was really just staying in touch with the family and just letting them know what I was doing, because I really didn't have nothing to do. My something to do was to post what the hell I was doing on Facebook. And then from Facebook, I'm like, okay, well, let me start a business page. Okay, let me sell some hair. Oh, IG. This is what IG is for. Okay, well, let me start an IG. Let me see if I can build that out. Oh, we have this too. Okay, well, let me see if I can build that out. So I felt I have built out all of my social media platforms by myself. I did not outsource this to anyone. And as I switched over to a different platform, I didn't necessarily go to the other ones, because the goal is to find the platform that will work best for you and your business, and that's the platform that you focus on. So right now, my business, which is Eat the Cake, Drink the Wine, and Fuck Dem People podcast, the best place for me to build a community is here on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe, because I decided to give you even more value on top of the value that I'm teaching you about manifestations, about the universal laws, okay, that you really need to know and be connected to in order for your manifestations to actually come to pass, how to be more positive and not negative, because what you focus on is what you attract, and what you attract is what you're manifesting. So if your life is a shit show, it's a shit show because you manifested it. So now you need to go and do your shadow work, dig into the weeds through shadow work, and find out, why do I do the things that I do? Why do I say the things that I say? Why do I act the way that I act? And why do I attract the people, circumstances, and events that I attract? And then once you realize, oh, I don't like that, then you shoot out a rocket of desire, what you do like. And the more that you shoot out what you do like, and the more that you focus on what you do like, the more you flow in what you do like, the more you'll start to see. But if you always flowing in some messy shit, then your life is gonna be a shit show. Okay, we're gonna leave that right there. So I talk about chakras, and see, I am the middle. I am the middle of my chakra, right? You actually have 7 chakras that everybody talks about, but in my opinion, there are 9 that I am connected to. In my understanding, there's more chakras than that. Okay. Chakras have different affirmations. So I know we all are familiar with the I am affirmation, but I am deals with your root chakra, but you also have other chakras. So you should be saying, I do, I see, I feel, I love, I speak. There's different affirmations that are aligned with each chakra. I have a training on that, right? And I don't even want to say a training, but hey, I put it here on YouTube. Like all of this information, I'm putting right here on YouTube. So the epiphany that I had today, I was sitting down and I was like, well, what's my flow with the systems that I use? And I think this whole series that I'm doing right now is all about flow, because life is a flow, business is a flow, love is a flow, and believe it or not, hate is a flow. So if you want to see less hate and you don't want to flow in hate, you need to flow in the polar opposites. When you think of the law of polarity, which simply means opposites, the opposite of hate is love. If you want to be less negative, then you need to start focusing and doing things that are more positive, seeing things are more positive. Like, for example, if someone comes and tells you something and you didn't know that, instead of saying, oh my God, I'm so dumb, I can't believe I didn't know that. That's a very negative response. That's a very limited mindset response. Versus that, oh my God, thank you for teaching me that. I learned something new today. I love learning new stuff. See how that's more positive? It's acknowledging that I don't know everything, but I appreciate the things that I do learn. And then you'll start to see more of those things come into your experience. So you learn more, right? So right then, I just told you about the law of polarity and gave you examples. That was a teaching moment for me. Okay. But I was thinking about the flow of these tools that I use. So this is going to be the intro. So be sure to subscribe because the videos are going to be coming and they're going to be coming hot and fast. Okay. Coming in hot. Okay. So I'm like, okay, well, what's really my flow? And then I thought about it. I said, well, you know what? I use Chat GPT a lot. And a lot of people are not teaching you on Chat GPT. A lot of people are saying, hey, sign up for my class. Sign up for my class. Sign up for my class. All I'm asking you to subscribe to my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube. And I'm going to teach you Chat GPT. And then from there, I'm like, oh, and then when I record, okay, well, I use this tool to record in and I use my production crew. But would it be beneficial to people that want to do a podcast or do anything with video? Will it help them to know what tools I use to record? Would it help them to kind of see production when they're here, to see what production looks like? Would it help them to see the bare bones of my studio and how I design it and how I came to decide what to add in, like the carpet that I'm adding in? That's going to help with the soundproofing when we're recording with production, or I'm recording by myself. The microphones, the lighting, that all helps with the recording, with production, or if I'm recording by myself. So that right there is another teaching moment, whether you're using a production crew or if you're doing it by yourself. There are things you still have to have, right? I don't have production. I need to have a camera. Well, guess what? I don't need a camera because the very tool that I'm using right now is my camera. Would you like to know what the hell I'm using? Subscribe to the YouTube so you can get the notification when I drop the, what am I going to call it? When I drop the gem. I'm going to call them gems. Because I'm dropping all gems in here, okay? These diamonds. So then I take my recordings and I put them in another application. Everybody wants to know about Get Much. Well, how do you use it? Okay. Well, this is how you use it. Do I like the outcome when I use Get Much? No. I need to then do what? I gotta go and drop it in another app. And that app pretty much has a couple AI features and it's real quick and it's gonna give me that wow factor that I want. Like the Get Much is just like, but apparently they're supposed to have some other, and I'm like, I'm trying to find out why. Where's the other stuff at? Because I thought y'all had some AI stuff, so it's not doing what I want. It's not giving what I needed to give. So I use Adobe. There's not a lot of people that can teach you Adobe or help you understand Adobe or the benefits of Adobe or the cost effectiveness of Adobe. And Adobe, if you guys want to give me a sponsorship, baby, come on, let's talk, all of y'all. Then I was looking at this other app, Zoom. Everybody knows Zoom, but I'm like, oh, wait, hold on, boom. I didn't realize this app that I use to record in actually can replace my Zoom because the features does the same thing that Zoom does. So I need to teach people how to do a waste analysis. That's when you take and look at the things that I'm using. Do I really use? Is anything duplicated anywhere? Like, do I have 3 programs to do the same exact thing? There's nothing different between them. So I need to just look at the price and decide which one do I keep and which 2 do I get rid of. Well, I have 3 and they all do the same except this one. This one does something a little bit extra. So why do you have the other 2? That's money you could be saving. So I want to teach you all how to do a waste analysis. As a business coach, these are things that I taught my clients, right? I didn't necessarily go deep in the live I would do in the Facebook group. I would do it more high level. But guess what? If you subscribe to the YouTube, that's my call to action. Hello. Subscribe to the YouTube. I'm going to give you these gems, these diamonds, this knowledge, these nuggets, this gold. Absolutely for you subscribing. That's the exchange. I'm not giving it away for free. I'm giving you knowledge, share from me to you through you subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, one of the things that I decided to do, I'm like, a lot of people are not real familiar with Chat GPT. They're not even real familiar with AI. And when I tell you I'm familiar with AI, I'm familiar with Chat GPT, I'm a nerd. I love to read. And baby, look here, I love to share. I love to help people. I love to give people knowledge. So what I threw into Chat GPT today, I was like, you know what? I think I need to do a video showing people how to use Chat GPT so they can get the maximum value out of it, because a lot of people don't know. You can't just give Chat GPT commands without giving it other commands first. That part A, just like when you're building a business, there's a part A that you should do when everybody starts, and part B, and they wonder why it all crumbles. Well, there's a part A to Chat GPT. You have to feed Chat GPT certain information in part A. Therefore, when you go and request information in part C, part A is paired with part C, so with part B, so you can see what you want to see, right? Like, you can't ask Chat GPT to do something for your business if you never told it what your business is. What's your client avatar, which is your target audience? Well, how do I even determine what my target audience is? How do I know what a client avatar? Coach Tom got you, boo. Just subscribe to my YouTube, because this is the information I'm going to be sharing, right? Should you have any certain goals and objectives in your business? Any challenges, any pain points? Your SWOT analysis, which is your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of your business. Every business should do a SWOT analysis. But guess what? Everybody doesn't know what a SWOT analysis is. I know what it is because I have a business degree. And I had to do multiple SWOT analysis throughout my lifetime. Okay, I'm now over a half century. So at this point, you all have every bit of 30 years of experience, if not more, because I've been working since I was 16. Okay, so we're just going to say 30 years or more of experience and knowledge, and not just street knowledge, but collegiate knowledge, educated knowledge, corporate knowledge. Okay. And that's what I want to teach you all. What about the voice and tone of your brand? How would Chat GPT know what the voice and tone of your brand should be? So I know how to, if I give Chat GPT a command, and they end up giving me output, right? So my input is the command. Think computers, you have input, output. My input is my command, whether you're typing it or speaking it. The output is what Chat GPT is giving me back based on my command. Well, if I read it and I say, you know what, this tone doesn't really sound like my brand. It doesn't sound like it's something that would interest my target audience. So I'll have to go in and use a different command just for Chat GPT to understand. Okay, I like what you wrote there, but I need it to sound more like this for this particular audience. It rewrites the whole thing, and it's always on point. And Chat GPT to me is the goal. Look, Chat GPT, if y'all want to do a sponsorship, I'm your girl. Okay. Future plans, your value. Like, come on, what is the value of your company? What is your company's mission statement? What is your company's vision statement? It's a lot. And I've learned from the podcast summit, the sweet spot for any podcast is 30 minutes. We're currently at 24 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and end this introduction to Eat the Cake, Drink the Wine, and Phuck Dem People podcast. I'm going to thank you for subscribing. And I am looking forward to sharing not only manifestation and life coaching skills for you to elevate your life by eliminating limiting beliefs and creating the life you desire, okay, with a positive mindset, but also sharing business knowledge with you to help you determine if you want to start a business, to help you build a solid foundation for your business. And if you already have a business, to help you improve your business, and to help connect you to some of these awesome tools that you can use yourself. in your business. So thank you so much for subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out. Bye. Love, Coach Tots. Yeah, baby.